poems that I absolutely love, and through the years I've read them, and they're just always a good reminder to tune back in and be present once again with something a little bit more than just ourselves. So this is a poem that I believe is by Hafiz or Rumi. I'm not sure because a friend gifted me a card and taped this beautiful poem inside of it. So whether it's actually accurate or something completely different, that's fine, but I'm going to read it to commence our practice this morning. So this poem is called Only One Rule. The sky is a suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales I sometimes hitch a ride on. The sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. There is only one rule on this wild playground. Every sign Hafiz has ever seen reads the same. They all say, "Have fun, my dear, have fun, in the beloved's divine game. Oh, in the beloved's wonderful game." So close your eyes if they aren't already. Begin that Ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Lift up taller through the crown of your head so you feel your spine elongating, creating that space in your body for the breath, and space for all your muscles, all your organs. You're not crunched or crushed. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And take a moment to scan through your body, noticing where you're holding tension. Most of us have tension at least somewhere lodged or crunched into our body. And then once you've hit a spot, maybe there's 20 spots, and that's fine. Just notice where those spots are. Select one that you want to focus on today. And then really start to emphasize the breath there. So you're filling up that area with breath, with awareness. Maybe it's the jaw, the neck area, so this fifth chakra. Perhaps it's your hips or your heart. It doesn't have to be something special, it just has to be what you're experiencing. So as you tune into that area, just start to surround it with breath, surround it with awareness. And we'll come back to this spot time and time again throughout our practice with the goal of softening and releasing some of that unneeded, unnecessary tension. Recognizing also that that tension was built out of a place of need. So it served us a purpose. But now you can start to release it. So let that sink in. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. And slowly opening your eyes. And extend the left leg forward, so alongside your mat. Oh dear, that was weird. My camera did something bizarre. All right, so make sure this is still rolling correctly. Morning, beautiful people. I'm assuming it's still going. Okay, all right. Now, next stretch. So either if the leg's behind you, you're gonna grab the ankle. If your leg is in front, you're gonna reach through the hand. Sit up nice and tall, and then relax your head over towards the shoulder. So you feel this stretch from the earlobe running along your neck, all the way down, maybe through the muscles in the arm. And if you tend to hold tension in the neck and jaw, move around the lower jaw. I know it feels and looks kind of ridiculous, but maybe you're lucky enough to pop the ears here. Close your eyes, breathe into sensation. And then releasing out of that, if you have hold of the ankle, let go. Start to lean towards this left leg. Reach the right arm straight up to the sky and open, coming into this heart opener. And your goal here is to never really stress your body while you're practicing, right? So if you feel like there's a lot of tension holding you up, how can you adjust the pose? Maybe you prop yourself up on a block. Maybe you walk the arm back behind you or in front of the leg. Just finding a way that even though the pose can feel intense, you're not adding extra stress by holding the pose. And then fill this pose up with your breath. Reach that right arm up and over, tractioning along the side body. So you're pressing down through that upper sit bone, reaching long through the hand over the leg, creating the space along the side body. Breathing into the space you've created there. Exhale, lower that hand down. Turn towards your left leg, meaning to lift up first, and then start to fold forward, coming into this basic forward fold. Your intention here is not about depth, it's about sensation. So your goal is to simply feel into this pose, noticing what layers are arising as you hang out here. This is why all of you are practicing inside, because I'm now coughing. Silly. Melt around the shoulders, the neck. And now walk your way up out of the folds. Reach that right arm up and over. And we're going to come into this modified Vashisthasana, propping up onto the knee, lifting and opening to the torso. Should feel pretty good. And then slowly roll your way back down. We'll switch to the second side. So opposite leg extends out. Then that same side, or the other side rather, is going to either fold in or fold around. Reach down, grab hold of the ankle. Lift up tall. Exhale. Lean towards its right shoulder. Breathing into the side of your neck. Keep that Ujjayi breath going strong and just picture, feel that unraveling occurring from the ear, down the neck, down the shoulder, maybe all the way down to the forearm. Maybe moving the jaw. And coming into that heart opener. Right arm comes down, left arm extends up. Start to reach up and open. Emphasizing the breath into your heart. Feeling for space there. Coming into your side bend, take that arm, reach it up overhead, extending along that left side body, really breathing from the hip through fingertips, creating space for the lungs to expand, unsticking the ribs from each other. Exhale, lower. Turn your torso towards that right leg. Lengthen up, exhale. Hinging from the hips, simply folds deeper over the leg. Moving into the stretch. And really use the breath to help release some of the tension. Inhale, walk your way back upright. Prop yourself up onto your knee, lift up and open, coming into this modified Vashisthasana. Should feel delicious, creating some space. And then ease your way down. Grab hold of your prop. You need either a pillow, a block, a rolled up mat, really something that you can squeeze in between your thighs. Come on to your back. A little core action happening here. The sun's right in my eyes. It's lovely. All right, take hold of your prop, place it in between the thighs, snug up towards the pubic bone, and then float your legs straight up towards the sky. Now, if that's pulling on your low back, hamstrings, anything really, and it's creating additional tension, bend your knees. Take that out of the equation. Take a huge breath, spread it across the back body. Hold that breath, press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone up, squeeze your prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. We're going to keep this going, just adding a little more intensity. Hold the breath. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Two more like that. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Last one. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Tuck. And inhale, release it all to the earth. Set your prop lovingly aside. I'm going to do a little windshield wiper action leg, so walk your feet mat width apart. Exhale, knees over to one side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the other side, and just get a little bit of movement, a little release, the core, the hips. And then bringing the legs back up through center. Moving into star spiraling pulse. So knees stack over your hips, bent at 90 degrees or less. Interlace the hands behind your head. Take a huge breath into the back body. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, and then relax your head into your hands. Deep breath, spread it across the back body once again. Hold the breath in, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach right heel straight up towards the sky. Pull belly down. Inhale, turn the right toes towards center. Exhale, pulse the right leg, 3 little lifts, reaching towards the sky. Draw low belly down. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach left heel straight up towards the sky, pull belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. 3 little lifts. Draw belly down. Back through center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Press up through right heel, pull belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. Without jerking, draw the low belly down. Inhale to center, hold the breath, stay with me. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Press up through the left heel, pull belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. 3 little lifts. Draw belly down. Last round here, come back to center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Keep shoulder blades lifted. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Press up through right heel, pull belly down. Turn toes in, exhale, pulse. Draw belly down. Back through center. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Press up through left heel, pull belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. Draw belly down. Inhale, back to center and release. Reach down with your fingertips, grazing the back of your heels. Really, more than anything, just setting yourself up here so the knees are stacked over the heels. Feet about hip width apart. On inhale, come into bridge, peel the spine away from the mat, lifting your hips to the sky. Now, keep your arms relatively passive here. So arms either resting by your sides or fingertips pointing to the sky. And then breathe into the belly. Breathe into the heart area. Remembering that intention of releasing some of that tension, that unnecessary buildup. So even as this pose intensifies, can you release some of that here? Check in with that spot you selected. See if you can release some of that here. Five more breaths. Close your eyes so your attention is drawn inward. Exhale, tuck tailbone, slowly roll upper, mid, and lower spine back down to the earth. Release here by either pressing the thighs away or hugging the knees into your chest, giving some release through the back body. And make your way to a seat on your mat. And come forward, setting up for, we're going to do some dolphin prep to start here. So, all the way forward onto forearms and knees, rather hands and knees, sorry. Hands and knees to start. And then walk your knees back so that they're a little bit behind your hips. Bend the elbows so they're hovering above the ground. Then bring your forearms all the way down to the mat, clasp the hands. Walk your knees back a little bit further. Press your chest back towards your thighs, but diagonally towards the earth as well. So if you have tight shoulders, the muscles around the shoulders, you can feel a pretty good stretch here. If you're not feeling much, reach the clasped hands towards the ceiling. Keep pressing the chest towards the earth. If you're not feeling much, that's fine. Just breathe into the space that this pose naturally creates. Sometimes it's not about pushing ourselves super far, it's just softening into what currently is. Without fighting, without creating unnecessary tension. Inhale, lift back up. Bring the forearms all the way to the mat if they're not already. Unhook the hands. Bring the forearms parallel to one another. Now, working with turbo prep. Pick the elbows up off the ground. Hover the elbows above the earth. This may be where you stay, this turbo puppy prep pose. Really squeezing the elbows towards one another, feeling that chest muscles engage. Or tapping into turbo dog, curling the toes under, hips extend up to the sky, elbows stay bent, hovering above the earth, squeezing towards one another. So there's a lot of activity here. Check in with your spot. Create some release even as you build intention and strength. You can always exhale out the mouth. 3 more breaths. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth. Bring the forearms all the way down to the ground, moving into dolphins. You can always keep the hands clasped if that's better for your shoulders. Curl toes under, extend the hips up to the sky for dolphin. Playing around with either dolphin one leg lifted or dolphin strut. So one or the other. If you're working with dolphin one leg lifted, extend the right leg up to the sky. If you're playing around with dolphin strut, step the left foot out, reach down, grab hold of the ankle, calf, shin, whatever you can reach with that left hand. Then inhale, extend potentially the right leg up to the sky. Breathe into the back of the heart. Let your core support this. Exhale, lower the right foot, both forearms back to the mat if they're not. And then switch sides. Maybe the left leg simply reaches, or come play with dolphin strut. Reach down, grab hold of the right ankle with the right hand, or a calf or shin, potentially extending that left leg up. Exhale, lower the left leg, both forearms back to the mat. 2 more breaths in dolphin. Hips extending to the sky. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth, child's pose, embryo or puppy. Really just giving into gravity here. Surrendering, letting the earth hold you. About 5 breaths. Inhale, rise up to hands and knees. And just start to move here. Cat-cow. Maybe hip circles. Maybe some figure 8s. Whatever it is, just finding some movement that feels good to your body. Tucking your toes under, press your way back to downward facing dog. And if you're playing around with cat-cow and it feels delicious, just take your time, eventually meeting up in your version of down dog. And then walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift for that spinal extension. Exhale to fold it in. Again, like that, inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold it in. And just hang out here for a few breaths. Bend your knees enough so that you're not adding tension in the back. Maybe take a ragdoll pose, so hands hook into opposite elbow crease. Allowing gravity to unclench some of those stuck spots in the spine. Release the arms. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms overhead. Maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Classical suns. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back lunge. Lower the knee down, adding padding if needed. Inhale, sweep and reach your arms to the sky. Sink the hips a little bit deeper. Breathe into that space. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. You can always skip that part. Inhale, cobra, lifting through the chest. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to step left foot forward, lunge. Lift and open. Soften the shoulders. Relax even as you're here. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flowing through that, inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to mat, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Flow here. Inhale, re-extend. Breath is guiding you. Forward fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Keep the inhale going. Open it up. Exhale, hands to earth, plank. Chaturanga. Open the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Or Uttanasana rather. Step the right foot back. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to mat, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. A little different here, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, crescent lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth, step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, crescent lunge, open it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Keep the right hand planted, twisting lunge. Left arm extends to the sky. Exhale, plank pose. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, twisting lunge. Right arm extends up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Mountain pose, rest your arms by your sides. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, float your arms to the sky. Exhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. I mean it this time. Lift through the chest. Find your breath. Sit a little bit deeper because you can. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold it in. This time, monkey pose. So either, if you can, walk the hands, or gorilla pose rather. Walk the hands under your feet, toes tickling the wrist. If that's too much, you can grab hold of the big toes instead. Pull the forehead to the earth without pulling out of your low back. Turn your head yes and no. Just relax into this release. 3 more breaths. Release the hands. Inhale, spinal extension, that monkey pose. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step your way back to plank. Tuck the core. Find your breath. Engaging through the abdominals. Stay with the intensity. Exhale as slow as you can. Knees can come down for support. Lower chaturanga all the way to your belly. So starting with a Sphinx pose here. Prop up onto your forearms. Forearms parallel to one another. Press down through the palms of your hands. Traction the chest forward. Now this may be where you stay. Reaching back through the toes, tractioning forward through the torso, getting some more space in the spine. Or turn this into a low cobra by pressing the hands into the earth, picking up the elbows, traction forward. So a little more movement in this version, a little more intensity in this version. 3 more breaths. Exhale, lower your way back down to the earth. Turn your head to the left. Take 3 deep breaths into your low back here. Place your hands next to your chest. Inhale, peel the chest and head up off of the mat. So you're in this low cobra. And then lift the hands up, sweep the arms behind you, pick up the legs so you're in this boat pose, Salabhasana. Shoulder blades hug one another, towards one another rather. Legs extend above the earth, reaching back like you're balancing on the belly button. 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower back down, turn your head to the right. You can rest the left hand on the low back, breathing here. One more of these Salabhasanas, hands next to your chest. Inhale, peel the chest and head up off the mat. Float the arms up, reach back through the legs, lift them away from the earth. Breathe here into the front body. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Hands next to your chest. Curl the back toes under. Curl the toes under. There's only back toes. Press down through the hands. Come up through a chaturanga all the way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and down dog. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale to extend the left leg to the sky. Bend that left leg open through the hip. Equal weight through your hands. Breathe into the space you're creating around that hip joint. Inhale, float the left leg back up. Exhale, without momentum, step left foot through. Keep your hands framing that front foot. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Float the arms up away from the earth. Hug shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms sweep to the sky, crescent lunge. Perhaps coming deeper into this lunge so you feel your legs firing. Connect to your breath. Let's come into a back bend, Lance Dodger. So bring the right hand behind your head, left arm behind your back. Start to lean back, lift and open through the torso. Should feel pretty good here. Creating space in the front body. Back knee can always come down for support. Choose to feel into this. Inhale, torso comes back upright. Re-extend the right arm. Exhale, come into a spinal twist, hooking that right elbow over the left thigh. Making a fist of the right hand. Left hand presses in top for a prayer twist. If that's too much, bring the right hand down. Left hand can be on the thigh or extending up towards the ceiling. Use your exhale to connect back to Uddiyana Bandha, that core strength. Unwind, hands to the earth. Single-legged forward fold or both-legged forward fold. So shift the weight into that left foot. For the single-legged forward fold, you're going to keep the torso close to the left thigh. Extend the right leg up to the sky. For the basic forward fold, right foot will step in to meet the left. Squeeze elbows towards one another. Press the chest towards the thigh. Option to hook that left arm behind the left calf to draw your way deeper into this stretch. The last option here is to play around with a few handstand hops. Weight shift into your hands so you can get a little moment of air time. And slowly step the right foot to the back of your mat, root down through the right heel, rise up to warrior two. So I'm going to switch so you can still see me. Left knee bent deeply, arms float up in line with the earth. So you've got this straight line parallel to the ground. And check in with that spot you selected. Emphasizing a release, a letting go. Maybe come a little bit deeper into the lunge because you can. Just feeling that natural strength, integrity of the pose. Trikonasana, straighten out the left leg. Maybe shorten the stance, inching that right foot in closer. Then reach the left arm as far forward as you can, and then down. Right arm extends up to the sky, triangle pose. Emphasize the breath in all directions here. Creating space. You're welcome to stay here or transform this into a balance. Shifting the weight to the left foot, Ardha Chandrasana, right leg lifts up, right arm extends to the sky. Keep that breath emphasis even here. Lower the right leg back down if it was lifted. You're going to turn your torso towards this left leg. Step the right foot out to the right a little bit and forward. Bring your hands on your hips, come all the way up. So setting up for pyramid, Parsvakonasana. Hips turn towards that left leg, and you may need to adjust the feet to gain that space. Left leg stays straight, hip stays square, so you don't want that right hip pulling up, which is what it naturally wants to do. Then start to fold over this left leg, drawing the right hip forward. Going to that first edge of a stretch. Maybe hands are on the thigh, maybe hands down on the shin, maybe all the way to the earth or props. But you're really focusing on this balanced sacrum. So if you were to put a platter right there of fancy drinks, it would not spill. Breathing here. Right hand stays on the ground, left hand comes into the hip crease. Press the hip back, start to turn towards the left leg. If the ground is too far away, place the right hand on some prop or something that you've got available. And then inhale, extend the left arm to the sky. If this is too much on the shoulders, switch it up. Parvarita Trikonasana is revolved triangle. Option to stay here or turn it into revolved half moon. Weight shifts into the left foot, right leg lifts, left arm still extends up. A few more breaths. Exhale, lower the left hand down, step the right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Step back to plank. Your choice, vinyasa or directly to down dog. We'll all meet up in down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up through the hip. Should feel pretty good here. If it doesn't, change the pose up so that it does. Head hangs heavy, so you're releasing tension in the neck and jaw. You can always exhale out the mouth. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step right foot through. Keep your hands framing this front foot, back heel stays lifted. You can always bring the back knee down for more support, more balance. On your next inhale, sweep the arms behind you, hovering above this right quad. Shoulder blades hug spine. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, arms extend to the sky. And connect into your breath. Lifting through the heart. Setting up that heart opener, left hand behind the head, right arm comes behind your back. Start to lean back, lifting and opening through the torso. Breathing into the chest and belly. Creating space here. Feel for that expansion through the belly and the heart. Inhale, torso comes back upright. Re-extend the left arm. Exhale, left elbow hooks over right thigh for your prayer twist. If you took a different version of a twist on the other side, mirror that on this side. Use your exhale to connect into that Uddiyana Bandha, that core center, to draw your way deeper rather than pushing your way deeper. Inhale, unwind, hands to the earth. Basic forward fold or single-legged forward fold. Shift the weight into your right foot. Inhale, left leg extends up. Or stepping the left foot in to meet the right, either version. Keep the hands on the ground to start. Squeeze the elbows towards one another. Press the chest towards the thigh. So there's a lot of arm action happening to start. An option to wrap that right forearm behind the calf to draw your way deeper into the stretch. Last few breaths here, you can play around with your handstand hops. And exhale. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Windmill the arms up. Warrior two. Rising with your inhale. Arriving in your warrior. Right knee rather stacked over the left heel. Arms parallel to the earth. Filling your pose with breath. And just notice, even amongst the steadiness, even amongst the ease, there's intensity. There's an underlying intention holding you up. Maybe coming deeper into the lunge because you can. If you come deeper, balance that by pressing more through that left leg. Straighten out the right leg. Triangle pose. We may want to shorten the stance. Reach the right arm forward and down. Left arm extends up. It's like you're trying to fit yourself in a toaster. Breath here. Emphasizing the space you're creating. You're welcome to stay here or transition this into an Ardha Chandrasana. Weight shifts into the right foot. Lift the left arm and left leg up so you're in this balance. Still keeping that breath strong wherever you are. Exhale, left hand down. Step the left foot. 3 feet behind the right, hands on your hips, rise upright. So pyramid, Parsvakonasana. You may want to shorten the stance. Hips turn towards the right thigh. Keep the spine long as you start to fold over that right leg. And that can be where you stay. Just folding from here, keeping the hand on the thigh, maybe the shin, maybe down to props or the earth, but keeping the sacrum, the SI joint, balanced and level. And to achieve that, you'll pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Breathing into the stretch. If you notice your breath getting constricted, back out of the pose a bit till you can find that full fluid breath. All right. Moving into our Parvrita Trikonasana. Right hand comes into right hip crease. Start to turn towards the right leg. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky, so you're twisting from the center. If the ground feels too far away, place a prop under the left hand. Use that center line to draw your way deeper without forcing it. Option to take Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana, rocking the weight forward, picking up that left leg, still twisting. So same pose, just adding the balance. Exhale, right hand down, step the left foot to the back of your mat, all the way back to plank pose. Flow here through your vinyasa. And meet up in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends. Bend the left knee open through the hip. You can flip your dog if you'd like. Take a wild think for a few breaths. Flip it back over. Exhale, thread that left leg through for pigeon on this side. And you're going to take whatever variation of pigeon that feels best to your body today. So that may come onto your back, maybe it's a seated variation. We're taking the relaxing version, so however you can find yourself melting into this stretch without pressing. Close your eyes wherever you are. Connect to your breath and soften. as your mind wanders, come back to sensation. Inhale, rise up out of your fold. You're going to shift the weight onto the left hip, wrap this right leg around, extend the right leg forward, basic forward fold. Arms extend up, exhale into your forward fold. So just like we started class. Feel for any extra space you now have that's available. Maybe you can soften a little deeper here. We'll take a few more breaths. Inhale, rise up. Take the right leg, hook it over the left for a spinal twist. Left arm extends up. Either wrap that left arm around the shin or hook the elbow over the thigh. Just a few deep breaths here. Reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Inhale, unwind. Step or hop your way back to plank pose. An option is flow through that vinyasa. Inhale, right leg extends up. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Maybe take that wild thing if you'd like. Taking a few breaths, flipping your dog. Flip it back over. And thread the right leg through for pigeon on this side. More or less mirroring the last side. Coming into that relaxing variation. Inhale, ease your way up out of that. Wrap the left leg around. Coming into this basic forward fold, left leg extends. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold over the left side. Just a few breaths, noticing the change, noticing the shift in your body. Notice as your mind wanders, can you stay present? Inhale, rise up. Hook the left leg around the right. Coming into your spinal twist. Inhale, right arm extends. Exhale, either wrap the arm around the shin or hook the elbow over the thigh. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Inhale, unwind, and come all the way onto your back. If there's any final movements or poses that your body is still craving, please take those. Otherwise, simply setting up for Shavasana. Using any clothing or props that would make you more comfortable. Also, choosing a position that holds you here, whether that's a Supta Baddha Konasana, basic Shavasana, or maybe laying on your side. Just giving yourself this gift of listening and responding. That's how we can teach our body to follow our intuition, is by listening, trusting. As you're ready, ease your way into Shavasana. Just allowing yourself to rest here, held by the earth. Surrendering for these last few moments of class. Only one rule. The sky is a suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales I sometimes hitch a ride on. The sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. There is only one rule on this wild playground. Every sign Hafiz has ever seen reads the same. They all say, "Have fun, my dear, have fun in the beloved's divine game." Oh, in the beloved's wonderful game. Begin to deepen your breath. Weave movement back in. And ease your way up to a seat. Inhale, extend the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Check in with that spot. Notice if any tension has softened or released. And check in with your heart. Choosing to honor yourself what you need here. Throughout your day, throughout your week, choosing that. The beauty in me bows to the beauty